I don't want to go over the derby again particularly, but I would like to know the learnings you've taken into training this week from it, the priorities you've given this week after it.
That we need to be better than we were in the first half.
All aspects.
That our levels of commitment and bravery, especially in possession, need to be a bit higher. And it can be explained by a load of factors. I think I asked the players, Finn Azaz, how many times have you passed the ball to Tom Fellows in a game situation? 0. How many times has Flynn Down passed the balls to Finn Azaz in a game situation? 0. So it's there are things that we can understand that we can put into perspective a bit, but we also want people that are brave and want to get on the ball and want to do well for the team and that aren't scared to hide. And we were a bit passive in that first half. I think we managed to correct it in a way in the second half, but again we were sort of playing catch up because we wanted to put things right and do well, and it was almost a bit sort of too much at times. But I think everyone was just frustrated with it. I think the first half, with the long injury breaks that there were and the number of fouls and throw-ins and corners and goal kicks, it was a frustrating day. It was a frustrating derby, I think, sort of all round. And we know that we didn't hit the levels that we had to hit. We're well aware of that, and we just need to keep growing, keep sort of moving forward, keep working. But again, Rome wasn't built in a day, and Rome wasn't built on sliding grounds or a load of rubble, which is what last season has done here. So we're picking people back up, we're building things where it looks a bit messy at times and everything's not right, but I think we're all fully aware of that. But there's also a sense of of calm and clarity as to where we want to go and where we want to be. But that takes a bit of time.
It's also not built on players coming back different days from international breaks and so on and so on. I mean, it wasn't exactly an ideal build-up to any game, never mind a derby. I've been speaking to Ryan Fraser, and I said to him, and he sort of agreed that it just feels like you're an action or a couple of moments away from the team relaxing and playing and pushing on. Like it just feels like you need something in a game to go your way or whatever that will make everyone relax and play.
Yeah, but I think that's the sort of story of the start of the season. We've got all the stats look really good, and we've got a load of possession and we've got a load of XG or whatever they call it. But it's been frustrating in a way that Armour probably should have scored 2 or 3 goals, and that's frustrating for us and it's frustrating for him. We've conceded a few pens and a few dodgy goals, and it's just sort of on an edge of what way it goes, and we just need to make sure that leans into our favour and that we do everything that we can to get those sort of lucky moments in a game, or those sort of 50-50 moments that can fall for us. But there's only one way of doing that, is you create your own luck, you create your own sort of fortune, and we need to do that, and we need to keep working on it. But it does feel like we're not quite there yet, and we're not quite it's not quite clicking. I think we can see that, we can feel it, and there's no point hiding behind it or finding excuses. We just need to keep working. And we've talked about it. We've said a few things. But as a whole, we've had a meeting this week about who we actually are, where we're actually at, and we know there's a level of expectation, but we can't just think that we're gonna steamroll the league and it be easy every game, because we've done it before. Even when it's been done before, it was never a steamroller. It was never as easy as it looks. So we need to be well aware of who we are, where we're at as a team and as individuals, and just keep working on that.
Just on playing styles and forwards, it's interesting for me seeing your last opponent and your next opponent playing potentially the same formation as you, both with 6-foot-plus-inch battering rams up front, and you play it a different way. So how do you get the best out of, say, a Cameron Archer when you're playing in that 4-2-3-1? Because it can't be by knocking long balls up to his head.
No, just for clarity, the game plan wasn't to smash long balls to Cameron Archer. We wanted to stretch their block because we knew they step forward and they're quite intense with that sort of 4-2-4, 4-2-3-1 formation. So we wanted to stretch their block, and for the first 5-10 minutes do that. And once we'd done that, we'd have created space in between, which we had done, but we then sort of refused to use that space or didn't use it very well. And we know we can't. I'm not stupid. I'm not blind, and I know we can't smash it long to Cam because that's just not what suits him. We need to find players either in between or outside that can thread it and that are capable of picking up and playing forward and looking forward, because his movement's good. But it's the same for all of them. Whether that be Armour, Damien, Roscoe, they're all good at sort of peeling off and getting in behind. So again, we're working on it. We wanna create overloads in certain areas, and we want to be able to play through and then sort of in behind and get people facing goal quickly. But yeah, we're working on it.
Oh, like you, new manager, finding their way. They scored goals, but they've also shipped quite a few. Do you envisage Saturday being quite an open game because of that?
I hope it's a better game than last week. Yeah, I'm hoping it will be an open game. I think we're actually, regardless of conditions, we've done well to keep a clean sheet. We've defended our box when we needed to, and that was we'd been working on that a lot. So that was a start, but you've sort of overcompensated. We've done that a lot, and then it's about getting that balance right. But no, hopefully, they have a right go, and we deal with their danger and are able to play the way we want to play as well. Because I think everyone enjoys watching football when it's played like that, and not when it's a bit scrappy and a bit stop-start. But yeah, it is what it is.
Just a couple more if I can. How big or difficult spell is this to manage? You've got 4 games in 11 days in 4 different cities. It's not logistically easy, so therefore it can't be easy for players or you to just keep moving, going, travelling, getting. It's a difficult spell, isn't it, to get through?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I think we just need to get on with it and try and win as many games as we can. I think after the Sheffield game we will sort of stay up north and have a few days together, because that's also needed. But everyone's got the same schedule. Everyone's got a few weeks or a few months in the season where it's like travel and get on with it. So that's just what we'll do. Just get on with it.
But I presume you won't. Will you think about your Liverpool team before you select a team for Hull, or do you get Hull 100% out of the way and then worry about it?
Yeah, you look at Hull. Liverpool's not important right now. We know it's there. We know what it looks like and what it means. But the sole and only priority is Hull on Saturday.
Just a final one for me, to learn technically, as a non-football person, your side likes taking quite a lot of out-swinging corners. Now, someone my age goes, well, most corners are swung in because it's more dangerous. Why has that changed? Why out-swinging corners seemed as favourable possibly as in-swingers always have been?
It's all about the angle of delivery. It's easier to head it. So if it's coming towards you, it's easier to get power onto the header. Whilst if it's running away from you, you're sort of always leaning into it. I know it looks like it creates more danger. And both can be dangerous, but you just need to get the quality of delivery right, and then the quality or the timing of the runs right.
You scored up a couple already.
Yeah, but it's all about it's literally the angle is easier to stick your head on.
That's it.
Awesome. Cheers, well.